Alhamdulillah. So welcome to the masjid. Usually when we do the shahada, we ask a few questions, and then you say the testimony of faith, and that's how you become a Muslim. The questions are about the 5 pillars of Islam. Have you ever heard of 5 pillars of Islam? We have the 5 daily prayers. That's your direct connection with God. Your fasting of Ramadan. That's what we're doing now. Your connection with your soul. Zakah, almsgiving. That's to give those in need if you're financially well off on a minimal basis annually. And then Hajj, pilgrimage to Mecca once in a lifetime for those who are capable. Do you believe in this, Sister Ariana?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum everyone, and if you're new to my channel, ahlan wa sahlan. I'm happy to have you here. My name is Ariana. So I took my shahada, which is the conversion, about a week and a half ago. Basically, my whole life I've been raised in Catholicism. I was never Muslim before. I'm not Arab. A lot of people, now that I started wearing the hijab, they come up to me and they ask if I'm Arab or where I'm from. But I'm actually Indian and Italian, half and half. So there's no trace of Islam at all in my DNA. I don't know. So I really kind of just discovered this on my own. I actually came from a very religious Catholic home. So it's not just they say they're Catholic, but they don't go to church or don't believe. My family is very practicing. And when I was Catholic, I was also very practicing. I attended church weekly. I would go to confession weekly at church. And I also was in Bible studies in college and was in this discipleship Bible study to next semester lead a Bible study. So I was very serious about my faith. First of all, when did this start? When did this realization start for me? 3 years ago. More recently, I had a full-on realization, but 3 years ago is when I kind of got introduced to Islam. So how it kind of happened was right around when COVID hit, I was getting dreams about me converting, me being Muslim, and I didn't know why. It was really random. I wasn't watching anything or into anything that was causing me to have those thoughts. It was just dreams that I was getting. I had dreams that I was wearing a white hijab, kind of like I'm wearing now. And dreams that I went on a pilgrimage to Mecca, a few dreams like that. And it was just really weird, but I didn't really think much of it. I was just oh, that's interesting, but I don't know, I kind of just moved on with life. And so I was watching a lot of YouTubers and TikTokers that were Arab, that were also Muslim, and they were talking about their faith, and everything that they were saying really spoke to me, and I felt it was so interesting. From topics like modesty to halal dating, I just really agreed with everything they were saying. They were values that were similar to my faith, but I would say more extreme, not in a bad sense, but more heavily practiced kind of ideas. For example, there's modesty in Christianity, but it's not you're wearing a hijab or you're covering your whole body except for your hands. So it's not really the same. But yeah, I liked the concepts a lot. And the other thing I loved besides their beliefs is the way that they practice their religion. Just the fact that there's praying 5 times a day, and during Ramadan, they fast for all those days from sunrise to sunset, and just overall the dedication and the structure. Honestly, I know for some people they think the rules are a little bit much, but for me, I really admired how devoted and dedicated they were towards God, and all these things that they were willing to do in their lifestyle for God, and it was beautiful to me. I felt like the big thing in Christianity that like didn't make sense to me was Jesus, because it's like Christians say that they have one God, but then they have the Holy Spirit, which is also God, and Jesus, which is also God. And it's just like that whole concept of like the trilogy was like really confusing to me. And I guess I never grasped it, and because of that, I never really believed it. And I felt like I always felt like an imposter or a hypocritical person in Catholicism, because like I would be in these Bible studies talking about my faith and whatever, but like I didn't like pray that much. Like I didn't really believe that much. I didn't really believe at all, actually, in the idea of Jesus being the Son of God. So yeah, the big thing was like that I didn't really believe Jesus was the Son of God, and that's like the huge basis of Christianity. So I just knew like I could potentially convert to Islam, because for me that made more sense to me. And I found out that Muslims believed in Jesus and Mary too, but they don't have the same view. For them, Jesus is more like a prophet. He still had gifts from God, but he's not the Son of God. He's not God. The only God is God. And Mary is looked up to because she lived such a pure life, and was a virgin, and was the mother of Jesus. So I really liked how Muslims, like, they still believed in them. They still believed in Moses and Abraham and all these people from the Old Testament, but maybe they didn't have like the same stories. It was so beautiful. Like, when I tell you, the day that I went to the mosque was the day that I decided I was going to convert. I did not convert that day, but that experience, I loved it so much, it single-handedly made me want to convert. But that's how the Muslim community is. Like, they are so welcoming and loving, and I've just felt nothing but love since I've converted. You know, at the time that I was curious about Islam and asking my friends questions, they were always so welcoming. At the time that I went to the mosque, everyone there was so helpful and welcoming. And now at the time that I've converted, everyone is so helpful and welcoming. And I couldn't ask for like a better community to be a part of. And then finally, a week and a half ago, I took my Shahada. I went with my very close friend, one of my best friends, Drew, and we went together and met my friend Asil and Zainab from school, who are wonderful. Like, I'm so thankful to have them in my life. Like, they helped set up me. It was specifically Zainab helped set up me having my Shahada. She was able to contact the Sheikh. And no, this was a personal decision for myself. I would never make a huge decision like this for another person. I think that's ridiculous that they would even think that of me. But yeah, I don't want to get into what my family has said and stuff, because I love them, I respect them, and I realize all of this is just hard to process for them. But yeah, it hasn't been easy. I'm just gonna say that. Like, even though this is supposed to be such a sad thing, getting rid of that identity, I feel the happiest I've ever felt, and the most beautiful I've ever felt, because this is my true religion. I truly feel like this is the religion that I was always meant to be. And I feel amazing every day. I feel like I'm like looking at the world with rose-colored glasses, and everyone's just so nice to me, and I couldn't have asked for like a better experience.
Alhamdulillah. So welcome to the masjid. Usually when we do the shahada, we ask a few questions, and then you say the testimony of faith, and that's how you become a Muslim. The questions are about the 5 pillars of Islam. Have you ever heard of 5 pillars of Islam? We have the 5 daily prayers. That's your direct connection with God. Your fasting of Ramadan, that's what we're doing now. Your connection with your soul. Zakah, almsgiving. That's to give those in need if you're financially well off, at a minimal basis annually. And then Hajj, pilgrimage to Mecca, once in a lifetime for those who are capable. Do you believe in this, Sister Ariana?
Yes.
Okay. And then with this, the articles of faith are 6. Belief in one God, and we believe that there's no associates, no partners for Him. He's one, and we believe that Jesus is a great prophet of God, along with Moses, Abraham, Noah, and Muhammad, and the other prophets of God. And we believe in the revealed books and and also the unseen. We believe in angels, the day of judgment, and that's the day of accountability for us all, for our deeds and decisions, and divine decrees. And that is, God doesn't compel. We choose, but He ultimately knows what we'll choose. Do you believe in this, Sister Ariana?
Yes.
If you believe in this, in the basic teachings of the Quran, you say Shahada, and you become a Muslim. So say with me, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. MashaAllah. Welcome to Islam. Congratulations.
Takbir! Takbir! Takbir!